Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here, and we have some goodies to show you. This is just a taste of what's going to be happening in the future. You remember I had a dynamic balance machine a while back, and that was a big, bulky, hard to calibrate machine, and it was really heavy, but now we're using the MYSWING balance system, and Peter's here to help me out. He's helping me put the gear together. We have the MYSWING motion capture that you guys are going to see a lot of. Unbelievable the images that we've been able to give our students today during our lessons. They left like giddy, higher than a kite. It was just phenomenal stuff. So here we're enjoying, Savannah and I, we're the guinea pigs here. And so I'm on the machine, and I'm all set up here and I'm ready to do a swing. So I'm basically throwing my club through the window, which is in that direction right here. And you can see as we get to the top of my backswing, so notice how the weight is going to the, there we go, thank you Peter. The weight's going to the inside of my right arch. And because I'm lifting my heel in the backswing, I'm allowing my left heel to come up. So you see how the center of gravity is intersecting. It's just changing a little bit over here. So I'm going to the top of my backswing. Are we at the top of the swing? There we go. Now I'm getting ready to throw the club over there. And this is what's really cool. This shows us what's going on in your head. Are you thinking about hitting the ball, or are you thinking about delivering in the direction you want to start the ball? Now, because I was focused on throwing my club through the window, the first move down is that beautiful plant of that heel. So you notice now I'm going into the ground and I'm really applying that pressure. So notice the drop from the center of gravity coming to the heel. So that's my hip coming back, and I'm applying pressure. So you notice the center of gravity hits the wall on the inside of that ankle there, and it gets forced backwards. That is your kinetic chain engaging. So I'm moving toward the target, and as my brain is getting my body out of the way to allow me to throw to the club that way, this going this way moves my center of gravity back, and then the release catches it, and off I go into my finish. So you notice now, because my right heel has come off the ground and the pressure's gone to the inside of my left ankle, now you can see the center of gravity has shifted. So you see the pressure on my right foot's on the toes, of course, but my center of gravity is right there on the inside of my left ankle, which means I've made a really good move in that direction, and I wasn't defaulting to the ball. Somebody defaulting to the ball would have looked very, very different. Okay, so if we can put the graph of that vertical load here, Peter, this is one thing I didn't have with that dynamic balance system. So we can actually see how much pressure is moving into the ground, which is really cool. And you know, you can get a good sense of, hey, you know, when I'm throwing out there towards my target and I want to throw it a little bit further, you can see the different variances of intensity that I'm going to use into the ground. So that's the top of my swing here, and I'm getting ready to plant my heel. So as I plant my heel, then the pressure goes and builds. There's my maximum pressure right there. You can see how bolted I am on the inside of that left ankle. And you could see my right arm is still bent. I am still firing and swinging through. See where my peak speed was well past the point of impact. And then as the club pulls me up, it releases the pressure from the ground. This is really cool stuff. This is going to help our students, help you guys understand a little bit more and get a different image of what it is. So when we perform the right move, we get a certain pattern. And when we abandon our task, we get a different kind of pattern. And we'll have a lot of fun with a few other students, and we'll be able to show different comparisons. So Savannah, who is in the middle of her beginning of season training, if we get her up, there we go. Nice to have an assistant doing that. There's Savvy. So she's getting ready to swing and throw the club through the garage door. So there's the top of her backswing. And if we look at, there we go. So she is not moving as deeply into her ankles as what we want. So you notice the track is a little bit more condensed laterally for her. So she's moving into her left heel into the backswing. You can see there, it reaches that point and then starts to bounce back the other way. And she's gathering here. And when she comes back into her right side, you see how the pressure goes back to the inside of the right ankle. And then it hits the wall there, and then she's got this little bounce back, of course, and then swings to the finish. You can see now she's on her left toe here, and then she's coming back on the inside of her right ankle here. You could see her move is a lot more linear. And as we get her to secure the ground to get a little more extension toward the target, and she's going to start using the ground, this will be a really cool benchmark. We'll see later on in the season how this is going to get deeper, and we're going to get more ground pressure to release your shots. And you notice how what we're working on right now is you staying a little more centered. So we're keeping that left foot grounded a bit more through impact. It's going to help clear. So that left foot staying down is going to help that right hip clear better. And you'll notice that the pressure is going to come more inside the right heel on the way through impact instead of floating more in the center of that foot. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to help you square up a little bit better, and it's going to turn a big push draw into a little bit more of a tame draw. So as you do that, we'll probably have to weaken the grip a little bit. Not much, just a bit. And then you'll notice that we're going to turn a nice big draw into a little more streamlined draw. Does that make sense? Awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. Thank you, Peter, for helping me out on this one. And we'll see you in the next video.